Hello and welcome, this is rooflemonger, and this video is going to be a little bit different. So what I'm going to be doing is walking you through a character crisis scenario, because I'm having one right now, to be honest with you. So I dubbed this the BROLYQUEST, as I'm looking for a new member of the team, and I just want to walk you through my thought processes of what I'm looking for in a character, and kind of the people I'm coming to a conclusion who might be the character to go on the team. So if you're not aware, obviously the balance patch changed a lot of things in the game, and one of them was the double super thing, and I know a lot of you guys aren't fans of it. For me, it only quote-unquote makes my team worse, but for me I found it very freeing because I can finally take Super Saiyan Goku off the team. It's not really a character I ever really wanted on the team, but I found his initial power Broly too strong to throw up, so I kind of had to have him on the team, and if I didn't, then I was just having a worse team for it, right? And then it kind of went on to kind of popularize the whole Broly Super Saiyan Goku shell, and that's all well and good for everyone who used it. Hey, you're welcome, I guess. But now that I don't have to have Super Saiyan Goku on the team, I'm looking for a replacement. And basically, that's just kind of where I'm personally stuck right now, so I'm just going to walk you through my thought process on the whole matter. Alright, so here we are on the character select screen. So Broly, he's a lock, obviously, right? He's my main character, and he's what we're building the team around. So Android 16 is also a fixture of the team here. I have no desire to change up Android 16 as he currently stands. He's a workhorse. He works well with everything. There's almost no character in the game that Android 16 doesn't play well with. And he's my most played character. There's probably, in the history of this game, as long as we go, there'll probably be no version of any team in this game I'll play that doesn't have Android 16 on it. So we're good. So now we have removed Super Saiyan Goku from the equation, right? So basically what I'm looking for is this. One of the reasons Super Saiyan Goku was very good for this team was the assist was very, it was awesome, honestly. No two bones about it. The assist was awesome for this team, right? So I need a good assist, and every team does, right? And also I'm looking for just some varying synergies, just things that let Broly do stuff all, better than normal, right? So be it the assist, be it with super stuff, and basically I've come to the conclusion there are 4 characters I'm looking at. The first of which is Super Saiyan Vegeta. He's kind of the obvious pick. He obviously has one of the best assists in the game, bar none, so that works on that well. And his combo ability plays really well with all that kind of stuff. And it's just an easy pick. And if I just went with him right now, no fuss, no muss, I'd be in a good position. I don't need to worry too much. It's all well and good, and he'll just work. But it's a bit more than just working, right? Not that I don't like the character, but I have no real attachment to him. And obviously, I've been willing to sacrifice, liking a character to make the other 2 characters I like do a lot better, right? So that's not an issue, right? But just, I don't feel it very strongly. So the next one that's kind of the obvious pick is Yamcha. So, I don't live in a bubble. One of the main things holding me back from picking Yamcha is every Dragon Ball FighterZ YouTuber going to play Yamcha? I know. I'm not going to be just like Jancross and Doya and just okay, everyone just picks Yamcha, right? And don't get me wrong, if that was only that wouldn't hold me back, because I'll still play who I'd want in the end. But I like having a little bit of originality. I like kind of doing my own thing, right? So if everyone picks Yamcha, I don't know, is he a serviceable ankle? Absolutely. Is he got one of the best assists in the game? Absolutely. Does he have everything I need? Pretty much, yeah. But then in the end, I don't know, maybe my team's just a little bit less unique, especially because I think in Season 2, the Yamcha is his stock's going up, But yeah, so the 2 more oddball choices I have here. First up being Jiren. So I love the character. DLC's out. He works pretty good, and I'll show you some of the synergies with all these characters here, right? The one thing, and this is more bad habits than anything else, I like hitting stand heavy a lot in neutral, because look at the characters I play, right? Broly and 16, so there's read for it. And Super Saiyan Goku has a very underrated stand heavy, right? So this is just a personal bad habit. I've been getting killed a lot trying to stand heavy neutral when I get grabbed with Broly instead. But the assist synergizes well, the super synergizes well. We get all that stuff, right? And that fits good. And the last one here is Majin Buu. So this is a character I've actually wanted to play for a long time. I've always been looking for an excuse. And him, it's mostly a matter of I'm just trying to optimize stuff, and I don't know if I can get there, because if I don't optimize it in a way I feel happy with, I feel like I shouldn't do it. But yeah, just let me show you a couple examples here in game. And once again, I'm kind of doing this half for like therapeutic value, just so I can air out my thoughts, and maybe you guys have some suggestions for me. I don't know. But these are the main 4 I'm looking at. Like, yeah, hey, Super Saiyan Goku still works. He still works fine, but I just don't want to use him, right? Much the same here. Base Goku works fine. Blue Goku also pretty good. And I put in my time with Blue Goku in the past, right? I just don't want to use a Goku right now. I just kind of... Like, every Goku works, and I just don't really want to use any of them, so that's what I'm just trying to avoid right now. Now, when I'm looking at it, assists are super key, right? Broly, unlike a lot of other characters, basically has to have assists. His damage output is effectively the lowest in the game without assists, especially mid-screen. So, assists are very key, right? So, Super Saiyan Vegeta is awesome. Actually, Jiren is awesome too, right? With the wall bounce and everything. But here's a very common scenario. If you're not aware, for some reason, if you don't play online, Broly, the medium lariat's kind of a good move, right? And converting off the medium lariat's kind of a big deal, too. So, like, yeah, you can go into a super and all that kind of stuff. And when it comes to assists, Super Saiyan Vegeta actually can't really convert off of it. So that's, like, kind of a negative. Because he's just too slow, right? But Jiren totally can. So if I don't feel like burning bar, I can totally convert off of it. So here we are, and I can like Dragon Rush, I can just, you know, go forward and like just keep attacking, right? So that's pretty cool. Another thing that's really handy is super synergy. So if I do this, I do that, and I can keep attacking afterwards. One thing that's kind of a downside here is there's no sliding knockdown. Basically, the smash properties used up, all that kind of stuff. You're never going to get a sliding knockdown off this setup. There's multiple ways here to double super here, as you can see here as well. And I just can't do it. So if I did this down heavy move here with Jiren, what's going to happen here is they're not going to sliding knockdown. They're actually going to recover way before me, and I'm not punished, but now I've basically lost my turn, so I guess kind of have to do a basic ender. For this specific setup, synergy, like Yamcha is just the assist. And once again, I don't mean just assist in a bad way, but like he's not going to get any super synergy. That's just the assist, and he can follow up from there, right? Now, this one's kind of new here, and this is what put Majin Buu on the map for me to begin with. This setup right here is brand new. Because before the Season 2 patch, he would be, whoever's getting hit by the super would be pushed way off the screen, right? So there was no way for Broly to follow up. But now there is. And on top of that, so if we do this here, we do our follow-up, we can actually get a mini combo follow-up. So we can get to the fat stomp. Now, this never really caused a sliding knockdown to begin with, and that's actually one of the more beautiful things here, because this actually gives you a large state of advantage from which you can follow up with, which normally you can't really do after the specific setup. Once again, with Super Saiyan Goku, I could dump 4 bars here. I could do the charge with Broly, burn bar there, call Goku, do another super, then combo all the way up, then do a beam down, then do warp Kamehameha on the other. Like, it was like 70%, right? So can't do that no more. So now I'm looking more for some decent damage, just still about 5k, with some positioning stuff added in. And so positioning wise, of everyone, Majin Buu is definitely the best bet. But there's still other problems, and I don't know, this is once again, this is where some of my indecisions come into play. So looking at it from like a combo perspective, Majin Buu lets me do the new form of pressure that's possible for Broly with Season 2, and that's the air DR pressure into a guaranteed safe jump slash kind of just crush everything setup. The only problem is if I get it, I kind of get suboptimal damage. And with this specific setup I just used right there, beats all attacks, minus delay tech, beats any button you could press, beats wake up down heavy, even though it's an airborne attack because it hits him on basically frame 1. So it basically beats everything but wake up reflect and wake up, or just delay wake up in general, right? So it's a really good setup. The only problem is I don't get all my damage, right? Now versus here, Yamcha, Vegeta, it's very easy to get the old setup here. So we can do this here, slight delay on syscall, get Dragon Rush, and I can either... there's multiple forms of Oki after this. There's Oki after the raw Dragon Rush, there's Oki after the light grab. There's a lot of good stuff here. Maybe one day I'll make the giant tell-all Broly guide. But like that's really cool, right? So that's for Vegeta and for Yamcha. It's just more reliable, and you get more overall damage too. I don't get that specific setup, but I get a bunch of different setups. Now, say using Jiren here, so I can get the same setup we had for Majin Buu, except I get the rest of the damage. So it's just a little bit more optimal. So I get the same setup here. It's not as high as Majin Buu, so it's a little more prone to some timing issues. But yeah, so I get more hits in, I get more bar, I get more damage, right? Majin Buu also can do it, but all the hits in, but it's incredibly timing specific and is very difficult. So when it comes to this, basically we have basically two characters use the new setup, which is quite well and good. And two of the characters let me use the old reliable stuff that's always worked, and it's just as strong as it's ever been. Broly, unlike a lot of characters, doesn't need other characters to set up his post knockdown pressure. He needs the assist to do it to begin with, sure, but like a lot of characters, they might do something and call the assist on the wake up. He doesn't need to do that because he's so tall in the reach and all. So his setups are good, right? But yeah, so these are two very key situations, right? Because Broly, when it comes to neutral, he doesn't need assists in neutral as much. Not to say he never use them, but Broly has one of the best neutrals in the game, you know, with a lot of fun stuff, you know, like Tiger Knee air grabs here, best basic key blast in the game, probably best overall zoner in the game, really. Not that zoning is really a big deal in this game, but like his Fireball Suite, all things considered, is basically the best. So I don't really need neutral help. You know, any assist usually works well for block strings and all that. But it's just that's kind of the, some of my thoughts here on this. And I'm also thinking, just like what do they add to the team as a whole, right? So the current team is still going to be Broly, still going to be 16. So these are two characters that are just for the most part eminently, they work well with solid play, and they're very low on the gimmicks, right? So if I add, say, Super Saiyan Vegeta, does that add much in the way of gimmicks? Well, no, it adds a very oppressive assist, which makes kind of the neutral play of these other two characters a lot stronger, and like it makes all their combos work, and that's great. Yamcha, once again, great assist, solid enough anchor. They both kind of work. They're very workman-like, I suppose, in that same regard. Jiren, once again, very solid. Jiren's on team, he moves 16 to the anchor. And once again, just kind of all around solid. Like the one thing I'm looking at here is Majin Buu. I have the most difficulty adding him to the team, especially with the combo stuff we showed in the corner. Because to me, that's a lot of where Broly wins games. And yes, obviously a lot of characters win the game in the corner anyways. But Broly, I don't know, I just feel it's more important, but maybe that's just because I'm in him and I'm like, I have a bias towards that. So Majin Buu struggles a bit, but he adds something to the team that the other three characters don't have, right? And that he's kind of a greasy little boy. So he's got some of the mix-ups, he's got the snapback mix-ups, he's got some weird pressure that these other three characters just can't match, right? So it kind of, you know, in a very lame way to say this, but it diversifies the portfolio, if you want to get like a really businessman way of saying it. So I still have two incredibly solid characters, and Majin Buu kind of adds some dirt to the pile, right? And let's not fool ourselves, right? If you're trying to play like purely honest, purely like, you know, fundamentals in Dragon Ball, you're doing yourself a bit of a disservice because this is a crazy game, right? So I'm leaning toward Majin Buu if all things are possible, but part of the character crisis ordeal is I'm kind of beating myself up mentally. It's like, well, I can't get as much damage with the same setup as I can with Jiren, right? Or if I can, it's like exponentially more difficult versus Jiren just kind of works. And then I got to think about Jiren. Well, then if I do the thing with Jiren, then you know, Yamcha and Super Saiyan Vegeta are old standbys. They always work. I don't even have to think. I can just literally add them to the team and go on like nothing ever happened, right? I don't even have to think about it because they're just such two amazing, solid characters. So yeah. Well, yeah. So in the end, this isn't about having the most OP team and all that kind of stuff, because if it was, I wouldn't pick Broly, right? I've already lost the OP team by putting Broly on my team to begin with. But it's just about having a team that's fun, unique, and just kind of works from there, right? So I'm not opposed to having just kind of the orthodox, like Super Saiyan Vegeta Yamcha kind of thing. Once again, because I could just make that work like lickety split, right? But Jiren's fun, new character, and Majin Buu, I feel like he can add something to team that doesn't exist. And right now, as it stands, currently me making this video right now, I don't know where I'm going. But hopefully, if this video made any sense to you at all, it's just kind of illuminating some of the thought processes I'm looking at. I want to amplify Broly's strengths, like the medium layer is one of the very unique situations he can force that no other character in the game can. And you want to be able to maximize it, be it like off assist stuff here or whatever. You know, what can the assist add to that? What can their super add to that situation? Broly doesn't need as much help in neutral, but if I do want to use an assist in neutral, obviously Super Saiyan Vegeta is the winner by a mile. If I want to get a little more gimmicky, then obviously the Yamcha assist better. Jiren's assist is mostly kind of better for combos. Majin Buu, his assist is definitely the weakest of the four, but I find his ability as a character on the team is the most unique. Like, you just got to kind of weigh these facts and go with it. So yeah, that's kind of it right now. Be honest, all things being equal, I would like to go with Majin Buu just because he's more fun. But for me, I already played 16 and Broly, who are, to me, the two most fun characters in the game for the way I like to play. So I'm very okay with the third character just kind of being as an accessory to help those guys out. But Majin Buu is a character I personally like a lot, and yeah, hey, so is Jiren. So I don't know, we'll just figure it out. Hopefully, maybe soonish, you'll figure out when I want to start posting more match videos again. I haven't posted match videos in a very long time, and I know a lot of you guys have been asking for it. So hopefully by the time I post one, maybe even in the next week or so, you guys have figured out who I'll be doing it, because I'll be using them in the video. Anyways, that's it for me rambling. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Once again, this is a bit of a therapy session for me, just to air some of my thoughts and all that kind of stuff. Because it's hard. I made a video once about Character Crisis as just general concept, and I was going through a little one at that point, but now I'm going through a very big one. So it's a little rough at points, you know, and hopefully anything in this video helped you, then the video did its job. Anyways, that's it for this video, so thank you very much for watching. I hope this video found you well. Go and play some Dragon Ball.